Hello everyone, the state of California just rolled out an amazing down payment assistance program called Dream for All Shared Appreciation Loan Program. Now this program, it's state sponsored, that gives you 20% down towards your purchase price. So you may be able to buy a home with this program with practically zero to a very low down payment. Now this program was just rolled out on March 27th, so there's a lot of mixed information out there and a lot of borrowers are not really getting their questions answered. So in today's video, I'm going to share with you exact guidelines and show you how you can qualify for this program today. I'm also going to share with you a real example to show you the workings of this program. And lastly, I'm going to answer some very important questions, especially questions pertaining to folks that are on a work visa and are not permanent residents in this state. So you definitely want to stay till the end of this video because this program can really put a lot of people in homes with no money down. So let's get started. Like I mentioned earlier, this is a state-sponsored program that gives you 20% down towards your purchase price, the house that you're buying. For those of you that have never used a down payment assistance program, I'm going to go in first to describe and explain to you how the program works when it comes to the first loan and the second loan. So if you were purchasing a home for $500,000, the state's going to give you 20% down, so your down payment assistance would be $100,000. The first loan, which is also known as a lien, on your home that you're purchasing would be $400,000, which is the principal loan amount, which will be your first mortgage. Now the second lien or the second loan on your home is going to be $100,000, which you will eventually pay back to the state. We're not going to cover right now, which we'll cover in the second part of the video, but that will accrue a 0% interest rate. So it'll be a second lien that just sits on your home. You don't pay it until it's come due. So your payment will be based on the $400,000 loan amount, which is your first lien. The second loan would be dormant until payoff is triggered. And like I mentioned, we're going to go over that towards the end of the video. Now the 20% that the state gives you, you are allowed to use that money towards your closing costs. So if you really want to go zero out of your wallet and the numbers are working for you, you can say use 15% for the down payment and 5% could be used to pay closing costs on your loan. Now, whenever you put less than 20% down, as you know, you have to pay mortgage insurance. So you will have mortgage insurance on this loan as well, but the mortgage insurance on the CalHFA, this Dream program, is significantly lower compared to an FHA loan. So it may work out really well for you if you wanted to go that route, but it's totally up to you if you wanted to completely put in the 20% for a down payment to have a lower payment. Then you're able to do that, and you're also able to put in more money into the loan beyond that if you want to, but you're able to use that 20% however you want to disperse that 20%. This is a conventional loan, so the underwriters will follow the Fannie Mae guidelines as if you were getting a conventional loan. So now let's dive into the guidelines and see what you need to qualify for this loan. So I've broken these guidelines into 5 different points. This is an intricate program. There's other guidelines there, but if you understand these guidelines, it'll give you a really good understanding on how to move forward. So the number one requirement is credit score. The minimum required for this loan program is 680. And if you have a 680 credit score to 699, in that range, the max DTI that the program will allow you to go up to is 45%. Now, those of you that are new, DTI stands for debt to income ratio. That means according to your income and all of the debt that you have, how much home can you qualify for? So if your credit score is lower, on the lower end, below 700, at 680 to 699, you will qualify for 45% DTI. Now, if your credit score is 700 plus, the program will allow you to go up to 50% DTI, meaning like the people that have a little bit of better credit score can qualify for more of a home. Number 2 is your occupancy requirement. This means that anyone that is going to be on the loan must be living in the property and must be a first-time buyer. Now, according to definition, first-time buyer is someone that has not owned a primary property in the last 3 years. So if you owned a property 5 years ago and you sold it and you haven't owned a property in the last 3 years, you are still considered as a first-time buyer. Now, you cannot have a co-applicant to help you qualify for this program if they are not first-time buyers, and second, if they're not going to live in the property. So all borrowers must be first-time buyers, and all borrowers must be living in the property for primary use only. It cannot be investment use. Number 3, the types of properties that this loan program covers. It does single-family residences, condos, townhouses, and manufactured homes. It does not cover investment properties like duplexes, triplexes, or quadplexes. And number 4 is CalHFA household income requirements. So I will share this link in the video below in the description, but here it is right now. So as you can see, I'll just talk about a few counties here. As you can see, Alameda County, the county that I'm in here in Northern California, it allows you to go up to $282,000. That means that your household income cannot be more than that, but it could be up to that point. That is an amazing thing that CalHFA has done, because most down payment assistance programs in the past, a lot of the other programs don't allow you the income to go that high because the Bay Area has really high house prices. So if you're priced out, you really can't buy anyways. So as you look into other parts of this chart, you can see San Diego County is $211,000. Then you have San Joaquin County, Sacramento County at $202,000. So these are your max limits for income. If your household income for the people that are going to be on the loan is going to be above these amounts, then you are not going to qualify. Now you can also qualify for the low income side. So you're going to use Fannie Mae tool called Home Lookup tool, which is also going to be in the description below. If you use that tool will allow you to figure out if you're making 80% of the area median income. So if you put the address in there, and it'll tell you the incomes. If you're making below 80% of the area median income in the area you're looking to buy in, you now qualify as someone that is low income. And in that case, your appreciation, shared appreciation, which I'm going to go over in a second, it might not make any sense to you now, is going to be lower than as if your income was above 80% of the area median income. And number 5, you have to take 2 courses. The first course being CalHFA Shared Appreciation Homebuyer course, which is a free course. And then there's an 8-hour course called CalHFA Homebuyer Education course, which is about $99. You might be thinking, well, why do I get to take these courses? Well, the CalHFA Housing Authority wants to make sure that you're serious about buying and how this program really works. They want to make sure you understand how all of this works, even though after watching this video, you're really going to understand how it works, and you may not need to take the course at all, but it's a requirement by them to make sure that you take the course. Now, if you're looking to buy a home in California and you want to utilize this program and a lot of this stuff is not making sense to you and you want to have a one-on-one call with me, you can click the link in the description below, and I would love to go over your personal scenario to make sure if this program is a good fit for you. Thank you for watching. What does shared appreciation mean? The state of California has a one-on-one share with you, and they will also take 20% of the appreciation of your property if your property was to appreciate and now you were to sell it. So let's look at this on the board. So looking at this graphic here all the way to the left, you could see that, which I had explained to you earlier, if you were to buy a home that's valued at $500,000, the state, which is going to give you the down payment assistance, is going to give you $100,000, making your first loan amount to be $400,000. Now, say after 5 years you decide to sell this property, your home value has appreciated by $640,000. So let me explain to you how this would work now. So let's go down to the bottom where it says DFA loan payback. So in this case, you've made a $140,000 appreciation. Now the state is going to take 20% of that. So as you can see right there, DFA shared appreciation would be $28,000, and then the DFA principal, which you have to pay back, which is going to be the down payment that they gave you, is $100,000. So in this case, you would pay back the state $128,000 if your home appreciated by $140 in the next 5 years. Now, if you looked all the way to the right, it'll give you an understanding of what you would pocket after all of this. So the home shared appreciation for yourself after giving the state back would be $112,000, and depending on what the rate is, which is not really depicted on this, it's more of a hypothetical speaking, depending on how much you've paid down the principal. In this example, they're showing you that you've paid down the principal by X amount and is giving you $30,000 also from the principal that you paid down. So your total money that you would take home would be $142,000 for yourself. Now, as I explained earlier, if you fall in that low income bracket where your average median income is 80%, in that case, the state will only take 15% of your appreciation. So what I just described earlier on the chart, the working of that is going to be the same. You just, instead of you giving them 20% of appreciation, you'll be giving the state 15% of appreciation. I still think this is an amazing program, guys, because you're getting this money practically for free. Yes, you're sharing appreciation with them, but the numbers still work out wonderfully. if we were to go with that situation. Now let's go over the triggers which will tell you when this loan will come due. Number one, sale of property. Like we just went over in the example earlier, if you were to sell this property, say in 5 years, at that time, this will come due. What will come due? You will have to pay the principal back, which is the $100,000 that they gave you for the down payment, and 20% of appreciation in your case if you are above that 80% average median income, or 15% of appreciation if you are below that mark. And also, obviously, whatever amount of the first loan, your first conventional loan that you paid down, whatever is left, you would also pay that back. So number one, sale of property. Number two, notice of default. If you, for some reason, are defaulted on your mortgage, and this can be defined by CalHFA what a default would be, but if you're not making your mortgage payments on time, and you no longer can make your mortgage payments and you have a notice of default, at that time, this will also come due where you'll be liable to pay back these proceeds. Number three, transfer of title. Now you probably are wondering, well, what if I lived in it for 20 years, a 30-year mortgage, and then 10 years are still left, and I want to, transfer this to my kids? Well, in that case, the loan will come due and you will have to pay the money back to the state, both principal, the appreciation, and the down payment that they gave you. Number three is refinancing. Now, I'm going to go over this more in detail later, but the CalHFA does allow you one exception. So if you refied one time, which I think is amazing that the CalHFA is even allowing you to do this, then that one time you're okay because they'll subordinate that second lien. But if you refi the second time, you are not allowed to refi at that time. And if you still wanted to refi, say the rates went down a lot and it made sense to you, well, in that case, you will have to pay this loan back to CalHFA, the second, and obviously the principal. Okay, and now moving forward, number four is going to be pay off your first lien. Now, say if you got a cash proceed coming in from somewhere, you made a good business deal, and you decide to just pay this loan off, well, then you have to pay CalHFA's portion back. Number six, when your 30-year term is up. So if you lived in the property for 30 years and you're still alive and well and sound, in that case, that loan will come due. Obviously, in the 30-year time, you won't have any loan amount to pay because the first lien will be paid off because that 30-year term is done. But that's the second that you have on your home, which is the down payment that they've given you, you pay that off. And whatever appreciation you've got, you would pay 20% of that appreciation. I know that was a mouthful, so now let's answer some real questions from clients that have come in and are coming in, which I hope will help you decide if this is a good program for you. But so far, from what the state's telling us, this seems to be an amazing, amazing program. So question number one, which I sort of already answered, can you refinance this mortgage? And the answer to that is yes, for only one time. In the past, there haven't really been other programs that are down payment assistance programs that allow this to happen. This is a miracle that this is allowed on this program. Number two, what visas are allowed in this program? I've been getting a lot of calls from my buddies here in the Bay Area that are on an H-1B visa, which is a work visa. Yes, if you are on an H-1B visa, you are allowed, this program will finance, you will allowed to take financing on this program. And then there's H-4, which is a spouse visa. So in that case, if the co-applicant, which say borrower one, has an H-1B, the fiance can be on an H-4 visa and you can qualify that way. In that case, you can use both of your incomes. Number two, DACA. Yes, if you're DACA, you are allowed to take financing from this program. Number three, if you're a Canadian or Mexican citizen legally working in this country, you are also allowed to take advantage of this program. Then this is one that's kind of was up in the air, but they've updated their guidelines, CalHFA did, and it's the pending asylum case, is they accepted or not? And the answer right now is yes, if you are on an asylum case and it's still pending, yes, you can do the loan, but I'm gonna read the guideline to you. Why don't I put it on the board here? The following requirements must be met for the borrower to be eligible for CalHFA financing. Exception for CalHFA loans only. An alien with pending asylum status is acceptable on conventional loans only. Borrower must provide a valid CO8 employee authorization card and an asylum application receipt or printout from USCIS status website, validating borrower status. This is great news, guys, because it's covering a lot of different types of visas, and residency statuses, which we have not seen other programs do. Now, there's a lot of statuses that are not acceptable on this program. For that, you have to talk to an expert. And if you're looking to find out and looking to buy in the state of California and you want more information on this and it's something particular to your scenario, feel free to hit me up by clicking the link below, and I would love to discuss further with you. Now, a lot of people have been calling and asking, well, Karan, when do I apply for this loan? How long is this gonna last? The state has allocated, and this number is kind of like, some people are saying it's 300 million, some people are saying it's 350, some are saying 400 million. Let's just say it's $300 million. That's not a lot of money for the whole state of California, and there's a lot of marketing behind this. A lot of people are selling this program out there. The funds may run out very quickly. Now, the rates are where they're at. It's gonna depend on your personal scenario, but if you want to take advantage of this program, and I'm not trying to create any sort of urgency, you have to look at your wallet, but if you want to take advantage of this pretty much free money coming at you, well, you have to act right away, because these funds will not last for long. I can't put a number on this, 4 months, 5 months, I don't know, but they'll finish out really quickly. Who can originate these loans? Well, only lenders that are sponsored by CalHFA can originate these loans. Not all lenders are qualified. You definitely want to talk to someone that is sponsored by CalHFA. Can this shared loan money, the down payment that the state's giving you, be applied to borrower debt? So in essence, say if someone has a lot of credit card debt and they're not qualifying for the loan, can you use the down payment assistance that the state's giving you for those things or for those items? And the answer to that question is no. The money that the state's giving you can only be applied for a down payment on the purchase price, or be used towards closing costs, or all of it just used towards down payment. It cannot be used to pay off borrowed debt. So my thoughts on this, guys, I believe this is an amazing program that you should take advantage of. The money is not gonna last. Like I mentioned earlier, this state of California is just a very big state with lots of people, lots of population in the state. There's just not enough funds to go around. So if the numbers work for you, this program is a great program to put you in the home, and you're pretty much getting this money practically for free. Yeah, you have to pay it back and you gotta pay some appreciation back, but you're really gonna be putting zero to very, very low money out of your wallet. If you feel this program is not right for you and you want to see how the conventional and FHA programs work, then click on this video. If you really got value out of this video, please hit that like button, because more people like yourself that need to see this video will be shown this video by YouTube. And if you like more content like this to come to your inbox, please hit that subscribe button, the bell notification, so you can stay on top of your real estate game. Until next time, this is Karan Singh.